At the end of last year, I actually turned my grandfather's old van into a tiny home on wheels. And this was something that I had never done before, so I think it's needless to say that it wasn't much of a smooth ride.
This shit is hard. I feel like it's getting better though.
But I guess with enough blood, sweat and tears, I was actually able to turn this into a cozy little cabin on wheels. And so I started taking this thing everywhere. I moved into this van full time and I actually traveled in it for around 6 months. And if you're interested in knowing kind of the journey that I went through, then you should check out this video. I eventually found myself back in Portugal, and after deciding to stay for a while, I found myself not traveling nearly as much as I was used to, and so the van just kind of stayed there collecting a little bit of dust, I'm not gonna lie. While I was traveling, I was getting a lot of messages from people, random people on Instagram and other like social media asking me if I would ever think about renting the van. And they were asking me prices, so they actually wanted to do it, and I back then I wasn't really interested in it, but as soon as I got to Portugal and I decided that I was gonna stay for a while, I thought, well, I might as well try it. So I took some photos of it and I uploaded them to Airbnb. I didn't really think much of it, so I literally just set it and forget it. I thought I don't have a lot of reviews, there's a lot of people trying to rent out their stuff. It's very unlikely that I'm gonna actually rent anything. I was wrong. A few days later, I received an email from Airbnb saying that my van has just been rented for a whole month. And that's when it hit me. It's like, fuck, okay, so it's gonna be a whole month without my van. I was a little bit skeptical, to be honest. I was really close to canceling out this rental, but then I thought, like, man, I built this thing, so worst case scenario, there's gonna be some things to fix. Shouldn't be that big of a deal, right? And so I decided to do it, okay? And the first days went really smooth. I began thinking like, man, I'm so dumb even like considering it. Like, this is awesome. I'm literally making money in my sleep just by letting someone else use my van like for what it was actually meant to be used, to be traveled around and to go on adventures with. So yeah, it was pretty awesome. Yeah, but then I got this text. I'm not gonna lie, this was really high up on my list of worst things that can happen. But I tried to kind of remain calm. Obviously, it wasn't the person's fault. Like, things happen, shit happens, it's okay, it's happened. Now I need to learn kind of what am I gonna do with this? Like, how am I gonna fix it? So I decided to just let it go, it's fine. I'm gonna wait until I get the van returned to me, and then I'm gonna kind of assess the damage and see what I actually need to do in order to get it back to its full glory. So fast forward to today. The van is here. I have the van. And it's still a van. Still in one piece, believe it or not. But I took a while to like gear up the courage to actually go in and kind of assess the situation. And as soon as I did, I was kind of surprised. Whoa, wait a second. Jesus Christ, man. Just before we go into that, can I just share something with you? Did you know that out of everybody that watches these videos, only 7% of you are actually subscribed to the channel? Yes, I said 7%. That's a very low number. So if you actually like what you're seeing and you want to support the channel, just click the little red subscribe button and turn on the little bell notifications. It costs you nothing and it means the world to me. So now let's get back to the video. There are multiple scuffs and marks on the trim and on the wood, and I guess that's sort of acceptable. Like, I guess that's kind of wear and tear of the things. I was hoping that the lender would be a little bit more careful, but I guess like when I'm using the things, I built them, so I'm gonna be careful. But for them, it's just a van, so it's like I wasn't too upset about that. What I was a little bit upset about was the clogged pipes. I was so confused how they were able to clog this. It's literally one drain pipe. It's not the end of the world, and it was so greasy. Like, it was such a pain in the ass to clean this thing. And the mattress smelled disgusting. Like, honestly, the bedding, like, I took it out before filming this, but it was filthy. It was like covered in this liquid. I don't even want to know what the hell that was. It was really, really, yeah, not the sort of thing that you want to find in your bed, pretty much. And then I also found some markings on the floor, near the floor, like on the surrounding walls, that like I can't think of any other way that this would get on here apart from a flood. So I guess like this person flooded the van? How do you even do that? Yeah, I mean, like it was really weird. Like I bet this fucking fly came from there. And apart from that, like regarding the outside, there were some new bumps, some new scuffs, and like the van wasn't perfect in terms of like body work. There were some dings and things like that, but I think this is new because you can tell that there's no sort of rust or anything. You can pretty much see the silver metal right underneath, pretty scuffed up, and the whole front bumper is broken, and it's kind of like hanging in there, and it's definitely wasn't like that when the van left this garden. So is this the end of the world? Of course not. Like things happen. Majority of the stuff is cosmetic. The like mechanics and all the sort of like I guess like important things on the van are all working pretty fine. So it's okay. But yeah, it's still annoying. So do I think that renting a van is a bad idea? No, not necessarily. Like I think personally, what I think I'll probably do is try to build a van specifically for renting, something that obviously I like, but I don't have like a like crazy connection with, something that I can build thinking that people will use and abuse it, and something that's kind of like foolproof. Like I think that's kind of the main takeaway that I take from it. At the end of the day, that's life. I mean, it has ups and downs, and living in a van is no different. And if you're curious about the scariest night that I've ever had, sleeping in my van alone, you should check this out.